Trump's green card shakeup, are interviews really gone? Here's what's new. What if I told you the biggest rumor in U.S. immigration right now is only half true, and the real changes could reshape every green card application in America? Hello friends, this is Travel Tree News, and today we're breaking down a story that has caused shock, excitement, and confusion across the entire immigrant community. Everywhere you look online, people are asking the same question: did Trump really remove the green card interview? The truth is far more complicated, and what's happening behind the scenes will impact millions of applicants, especially those applying through marriage, family, or employment. So before you celebrate or panic, stay with us, because today we're unpacking exactly what has changed, what hasn't, and what these new rules actually mean for your green card journey. What's really happened, the new green card rules. Trump's green card changes, what's been announced. Interview no, wait, actually, interview yes. Contrary to some claims, green card applicant interviews are not being eliminated. In fact, the Trump administration has reinstated mandatory in-person interviews for many permanent residency applications. Under the previous, Biden, policies, certain green card categories, especially marriage-based ones, often skipped the interview when things looked straightforward. Now, USCIS is demanding more face-to-face interviews. Immigration lawyers say this shift comes with increased scrutiny, more questions about your relationship, shared finances, how genuine your marriage is, and proof of life together. Tougher financial disclosures. One of the big changes is that green card applicants now need to provide more detailed financial information, not just basic pay, but assets, liabilities, education, and even public benefits history. USCIS says this helps catch fraud, but critics argue it makes the process much harder for lower-income families. Medical exam rule tightened. Starting June 11, 2025, USCIS requires a fresh medical exam, Form I-693, when you apply for your green card, even if you already submitted one before, and even if your earlier application was denied. In short, if your prior medical form was tied to a different or older application, you'll likely need to redo it. Stricter good moral character review. According to recent policy notes, interviews around October 20, 2025, will not only test your civics knowledge, for naturalization, but also dig deeper into your good moral character. USCIS may ask more detailed questions, possibly check your social media, and examine your background more closely. Social media and security checks. U.S. immigration agencies are now doing greater screening of social media profiles for prospective green card/visa holders. Posts that suggest extremist views or anti-Semitic sentiments could be grounds for denial. There's also a broader, continuous review policy. Visa and green card holders may be under ongoing checks for security risk, past visa violations, and other red flags. Armed USCIS agents to enforce fraud rules. In a more controversial move, USCIS is reportedly training its own law enforcement agents to investigate fraud in immigration applications. These agents could detain individuals suspected of fraud, including in naturalization procedures, making the process more serious for applicants who are not fully transparent. What this means for you, green card applicant. If you heard no interview, that's partly a myth. Some people are claiming green card interviews are being cancelled, but the current policy actually does the opposite. For many, interviews are required more often, not less. That said, there are anecdotal reports, from forums and social media, that some employment-based adjustment cases were approved without interview. But these are not guarantees or official policy. In short, while some individual cases may skip the interview, the overall trend is toward more in-person interviews. The stakes are higher. Because interviews are coming back, you'll need to submit strong proof, joint bank statements, photographs, lease or shared address, communication history, and other documentation, especially for marriage-based green cards. With deeper financial disclosure required, make sure your records are clean, complete, and ready. Given the tightened medical exam rule, do not rely on previous medicals unless they were tied to an application that remains active and valid. Expect more personal scrutiny. USCIS may check your background thoroughly and question your character, which means honesty and preparation matter more than ever. Should you be hopeful or worried? From TravelTree News. Hopeful side: if your case is straightforward, well documented, and you're financially stable, the reintroduction of interviews might actually strengthen your application. Interviewing can give you a chance to present your story, prove your marriage is real, and clarify any uncertainties. Worrying side: if you don't have robust documentation or financial resources, or if your situation is complex, these changes could make the path harder. The risk of denial or delay is higher under tighter scrutiny. Planning tip: talk to an immigration attorney. Make sure your paperwork is airtight, and don't skip gathering evidence now, especially joint evidence for family-based cases. Important points for every green card applicant should follow for success. Before we wrap up, here are some important tips to help you stay prepared and increase your chances of success under the new rules. Stay extremely organized. USCIS now looks closely at every detail. Keep a clean folder with all documents, passports, tax returns, financial proofs, leases, marriage certificates, and any updated forms. The more organized you are, the smoother your interview will be. Collect strong relationship evidence. For marriage-based applicants, this is now crucial. Build a solid package with joint bank statements, insurance papers, photos, travel records, messages, and proof of living together. Weak evidence is one of the top reasons for delays and denials. Prepare for detailed interview questions. Don't assume the interview will be simple. Review your forms carefully and make sure you and your spouse give matching answers. USCIS officers are trained to spot inconsistencies. Avoid social media problems. Your social media activity can be reviewed. Delete inappropriate posts, avoid political or hateful comments, and make sure your online life reflects honesty and good character. Check your attorney's advice twice. Rules are shifting quickly. If you have an attorney, ask them for updated guidance. If you don't, consider a consultation. Even a short session can save you from major mistakes. Renew your medical exam early. Since old medical exams may not count anymore, schedule a new I-693 exam with a USCIS civil surgeon before applying. Make sure the envelope stays sealed. Final thoughts. So, is it true that Trump has eliminated green card interviews? No, not across the board. The real picture is more complex and leans in the opposite direction: more interviews, tougher vetting, and deeper financial checks. These policies are meant to crack down on fraud and strengthen immigration integrity, but they also raise the bar for applicants. If you're applying or planning to apply for a green card now, don't wait. Start assembling your documents, organize proof of your relationship or employment, get a fresh medical exam, and be mentally ready for a serious interview. This is not business as usual, but with the right preparation, you can navigate it. Stay tuned to TravelTree News. Subscribe the channel for the latest update of USA immigration. We'll continue to track every major update in U.S. immigration, explain what each rule means for real people, and help guide you through this changing terrain.